Tonight on News Channel 12, live at 6. Find out how one WKU student is making his way around campus.
Also, reporter Hannah Sells will have an inside look at one of Bowling Green's most unique restaurants.
Widespread showers and thunderstorms across the Commonwealth of Kentucky. Will track the developing changes in the forecast in a couple minutes.
This is News Channel 12 for Tuesday, September 29. Good evening, I'm Lexi Nico.
And I'm Corey McCauley. Now, I don't know about you, Lexi, but I know a lot of people in this time of the year are starting to get sick.
Now, Corey, unfortunately, I was one of those people last week, but luckily I'm getting over it. Reporter Tyler Poe now joins us to tell us how we might be able to avoid getting that bug.
Fall is officially here, and students on the Hill are battling more than just their homework. Rain, rain, go away. Don't come back another day. The nursery rhyme is simple, but apparently Mother Nature didn't get the memo because WKU is soaked. And with all this rain paired with the drop in temperatures tomorrow, infection risk is very high. So what are WKU students doing about it?
But if it's like raining like this and I have somewhere nice to look to be, I usually definitely have an umbrella and pray that it doesn't invert.
But mainly I tend to avoid the rain. So
some students may take extra precaution.
Like A, maybe I'll fit in a nap, or a lot of times like emergency C, or like airborne, or like vitamins. But besides that, I just kind of hope for the best.
We went to health services, but with back-to-back appointments all day, no one was available for an interview. But they did have some advice. Wear a jacket and wash your hands frequently. You don't have to tell one student twice.
I like the cold. I mean, for Purell, jackets, avoid sick people.
For News Channel 12, I'm Tyler Poe. Health Services is located on campus next to Mass Media and Technology Hall. To get an appointment, call 745-CARE.
Thanks, Tyler. Chris Reese now joins us with a first look at our forecast so we know exactly how to dress to avoid getting sick.
That's right, and while dressing appropriately is certainly important, one of the best ways to avoid getting sick is simply keeping track of the weather. When you get a lot of the dull and wet weather that we've had lately, germs just kind of hang around, which means your likelihood of catching something is much more likely. In fact, speaking of dreary weather, live PFT cam is capturing a lot of the dreary weather that we have had on campus over the past couple of days, or at least the past day. We had a lot of rain come through early this morning. We've got a round of showers moving through right now, and that is keeping a lot of the low cloud cover in place, and that's going to be in place at least for the next couple of days. So definitely make sure you're taking those healthier measures to make sure that you don't get sick, washing hands and things like that. Now, over the next couple of minutes, we're going to go ahead and track how much more dreariness we have, your fall break outlook, and we'll look at the interesting weekend setup that we have ahead. So stay tuned. We'll track those in just a couple minutes.
Thanks, Chris. We'll be back with you in a bit to get more on the weather. And don't forget, you can find weather-related information on Twitter at WKU Storm Team.
WKU is introducing a stricter smoking policy. The smoking committee on campus is expanding the policy from its 39 designated smoking areas to being a tobacco-free campus within the next 3 years. Last year, Western Student Government Association passed a resolution in support of a limited smoking area this year. The smoking committee voted to phase out the designated smoking areas within 3 years. Most universities in the state of Kentucky have a no smoking policy on their campus. These campuses include the University of Kentucky, the University of Louisville, and Bellarmine University. This new transition means that students, faculty, and staff would not be allowed to use any form of tobacco on campus.
it's going to be hard for faculty and students, and I'm sure there's going to be a lot of backlash from that. So I don't know if that's going to influence like people wanting to like stay here to that extent, but I mean it is a, you know, nicotine addiction.
The phase-out will not only include cigarettes, but also tobacco and e-cigarettes as well.
A fatal accident involving a school bus in Butler County leaves the community mourning today. Kentucky State Police and Butler County Rescue confirmed the death of a young student. 5-year-old kindergartner Jaden Hawkins had just gotten off the bus before getting struck as it was pulling away. This morning, another accident took place, this time involving 2 buses. The vehicles collided outside of Shelby County High School. There was confusion as to which bus had the right-of-way. Luckily, this accident did not include any serious injuries. However, 13 students and both drivers were taken to the hospital.
If you're interested in becoming a Kentucky State Police trooper, now is your chance. The agency is looking for applicants for its 94th Academy. Written tests start next month and are available to be given in Pikeville, Murray, Barberville, Frankfort, and right here in Bowling Green. Each city has a different test day and a different deadline. For more information, you can head to kentuckystatepolice.org/career, or you can call 866-360-3165 toll-free during office hours from 8 to 4:30. Deadlines begin next Monday.
Now, moving from the state of Kentucky to outer space, literally. NASA has made an amazing announcement that has heads turning from around the globe. Scientists say they've found evidence of flowing water on the surface of Mars. CNN's Sharice Pham has more.
Mars mystery solved? That was the headline NASA teased us with for hours today. No, the space agency didn't find aliens. Or Matt Damon's latest movie character. Today, NASA revealed that water flows on the surface of Mars in the spring and summer.
Mars is not the dry, arid planet that we thought of in the past. Today we're going to announce that under certain circumstances, liquid water has been found on Mars.
Researchers had suspected for years that there was water on Mars. An imaging tool aboard this Mars reconnaissance orbiter observed the planet's surface in different colors to see how light was absorbed by different minerals on the surface. Experts say analysis of the surface prove that these dark streaks on Mars are caused by water flowing downhill, just like on Earth.
Now, this isn't the kind of water we Earthlings are used to. The water that makes these dark streaks on Mars's surface is extremely salty. Without the salt, the water would freeze in the planet's bone-chilling temperatures.
No life on Earth could survive in this water. But for all the Martian fans out there, don't lose hope. NASA says this discovery is a giant leap toward the next great discovery.
We are now at a point, technologically, with over 50 years of successful spaceflight, that we have the capability to go there, ask this question of is there life on Mars, and answer it.
And that answer will finally solve one of the great mysteries of the cosmos. Are we alone? Sharice Pham, CNN, London.
This discovery is opening many doors for NASA researchers. We here at NC12 can't wait to see what else they find.
Coming up on News Channel 12, we'll take a look at how the Ladies Toppers golf team teed off over the weekend.
Also, we'll take a behind-the-scenes look into Russell Miller Theater.
There are 16 million children struggling with hunger in America. That's 1 in 5 daughters, sons, neighbors, and classmates who don't know where their next meal is coming from. Yet billions of pounds of good food go to waste every year. It's time we do something about it. Feeding America is a nationwide network of food banks that helps provide meals to millions of kids and families in need. Visit feedingamerica.org to help them feed even more. Together, we can solve hunger. Together, we're feeding America.
Hey, did you know 2.4 million loving cats and dogs in shelters and rescues need our help to find a home? Let's go to theshelterpetproject.org and meet if you are in a shelter near you. Harlow, oh, she's one great listener who loves to hear all your stories. My kind of cat. Cerulo is a sweet, goofy boy who's eager to please. Sounds just like another dog I know. So go to theshelterpetproject.org, search your local shelters and rescues, and go for a cuddle with your next best friend. Adopt.
So you see, son, good manners are important. Should I go through it again?
Yes.
Yes, please.
Yes, please.
Exactly. Always say please, thank you, you're welcome, excuse me, sit up straight, hold doors open for ladies. If the door's locked, knock first, don't burp, don't swear, don't stare, don't use bad language, or talk with your mouth full, keep your elbows off the table.
What table?
And don't interrupt. Cover your mouth when you cough or sneeze. On the bus, give your seat up to anybody who has trouble standing. Bottom line, treat others the way you want to be treated. Got it?
Got it.
Good talk.
Most parenting is hard to do in just 2 minutes. But 2 minutes twice a day making sure they brush is easier, and it could help save them from a lifetime of tooth pain.
Now, Corey, I don't know about your weekend, but for mine, I decided to go see a play that was set back in the early 1900s called Our Town.
Yeah, I know several people that are in this show. They've been posting pictures all over social media all weekend long.
Okay, well, I thought it was personally a great play, and our own reporter, Hannah Sells, has an inside scoop at behind the scenes for the play.
Backstage at Russell Miller Theater for this year's main stage play, actors are more than ready to put on a good show. Theater and dance students start their transformation from your everyday college student to full-on character for the play Our Town. Last night was their 4th night in a row for the Thornton Wilder Classic, and there's no sign of boredom yet. It's clear that actors like to keep their environment upbeat. Hopefully, this contributes to a great show. Stage manager Tasha Troxel is proud of the actors and said people really enjoy the performances so far.
I think that it's been really good for the audience because it's like a show that's like about life and kind of enjoying the life you have. And so I think that's something that the audience doesn't really think about a lot. And so when watching this show, it made them like have a lot of like realizations and realize things and come to a conclusion that life is short and they should enjoy it. And so I think it's had a pretty good turnout and people really enjoyed it.
Theater professor Scott Strew is the director of Our Town and also stars alongside his students, something you won't see every play.
Since I am an acting teacher, it might be good to put my money where my mouth is once in a while so that they could actually see me in action. So it's been a lot of fun.
Though community goers are welcome to come to plays, Stroot says the theater department wants to focus on getting more students to enjoy the performing arts.
We're an educational institution and all these people are getting degrees in theater, so we do what we do primarily for our students. And then it's also true that our audiences are overwhelmingly other college students. So we consider our community impact, we take it seriously, but our mission is really for the students.
And that was reporter Diamond Pace with the behind-the-scenes look of actors putting their finishing touches on hair and makeup. And it's actually almost showtime. You can catch the last showing of Our Town in the Fine Arts Center. The performance starts at 8 p.m.
With Our Town play happening near the top of the hill, the walk for students may be strenuous. However, technology is giving us a new way to move around. Walking and running were, of course, the first forms of getting from place to place. Then bikes came about, then skateboards. Eventually, vehicles were invented, and now electric unicycles. One WKU student wanted to try a new way to get around the hill.
I prefer the wheel over walking because, I mean, it's my 4th year on campus. I've battled the hill enough. I just figured I wanted something easier, something I could get up campus pretty easy and not have to worry, and so I found this.
He got the idea for this transportation on a trip to none other than New York City. These interesting wheels run from about $200 and up. For many locals and college students, Sunday brunch is a chance to enjoy each other's company as a long-standing tradition. Reporter Hannah Sells covers Bowling Green's breakfast special.
For more than 40 years, breakfast has been the most popular and busiest time of day for this local dive. But is Judy's Castle more than their affordable breakfast and their famous pies?
Well, actually, Judy's Castle was brought to this location in 1968 by Herb and Maxine Loeb. They had a diner downtown, and they decided to move out here. Their daughter's name was Judy, so when they moved out here, they named it Judy's Castle. In 1994, my wife and I bought it from them. So I've been here 21 years. We just want people to come in and enjoy themselves. We want them to feel like they're part of the family. And I think a lot of people will tell you they feel that way when they come here. I enjoy seeing everybody. You know, I said I can do it 10 more years because I just like being around people. I like interacting with them, seeing how they're doing, how your kids doing. I've got people that have come in here when their kids were little bitty babies and now they're coming in. You come in here and sit down, have a great waitress take care of you, fill your coffee up, take care of everything. I mean, you get to see all your friends, you get to hang out. I want you to come in, eat, hassle-free, get a good meal, good price, eat, and you're ready to go for the day. I've met a lot of people and made a lot of friends that I never would have met if I wouldn't have owned Judy's Castle. Hey, if it's going to get me on the Travel Channel, you eat all you want, girlfriend.
For News Channel 12, I'm Hannah Sells.
That looks really good. Next time, save me some, Hannah. Coming up, we'll get a more in-depth look at your weather.
And later in sports, Will Puckett will give us the inside scoop on WKU football.
This new mom is struggling to get the skates just right. And now she's holding on for dear life. Her kids can see she may have broke her knees. They still love her though she looks like she's attacked by killer bees. I'm allergic. Proof you don't have to be perfect to be the perfect parent.
Thousands of siblings in foster care will take you just as you are.
It's a short ride from your neighborhood to your naturehood. To find a neighborhood park or green space near you, visit discovertheforest.org.
There are 16 million children struggling with hunger in America. That's 1 in 5 daughters, sons, neighbors, and classmates who don't know where their next meal is coming from. Yet billions of pounds of good food go to waste every year. It's time we do something about it. Feeding America is a nationwide network of food banks that helps provide meals to millions of kids and families in need. Visit feedingamerica.org to help them feed even more. Together, we can solve hunger. Together, we're feeding America.
Widespread rains across much of the Commonwealth of Kentucky today, and that has been very beneficial for a lot of us that were drought-stricken across the state. A little more or a little under 3/4 of an inch of rain, at least at the airport. The WKU Mesonet station has picked up just under an inch. So that goes to show just how localized rain can be. You get up towards Lexington, a little more than an inch of rain today and just under an inch and a half of rain out in Mount Vernon, Illinois. The last 12 hours, the radar has been lit up with several showers and thunderstorms across the area, especially as a cold front has begun to interact with a lot of that rain. And that cold front shows up really well on the regional view. Watch how it comes in from the northwest and then merges with a lot of the showers and thunderstorms that we have in place. That's going to wind up being a pretty substantial rain event for areas to our north and east, but for us, more so just beneficial rain that we've all needed, especially in the Commonwealth. The rain has kept temperatures pretty cool, 69 in Louisville, 67 in Pittsburgh as well, 70s in Charleston, and bringing that closer to home, temperatures are all in the lower 70s across the state, 71 in Lexington, 71 in London, as well as a cool 72 degrees in Bowling Green. We've got a shower coming through right now that's keeping things very rainy. The dew point 70. It's very moist outside if you step out there, and that's going to be with us at least over the next couple of days. So as we plan the next 24 hours, here's how things are going to play out. We're going to keep showers around into tonight and more spotty showers through the day tomorrow. Temperatures should top out at least in the mid to upper 60s. Here's how we're going to go ahead and focus the forecast breakdown. Heavy rain is going to begin to move out tonight and into tomorrow, which is going to create a cloudy and cooler Wednesday. Then we have a fairly chilly weekend setup, and let's go ahead and track how that's going to take place. This cold front right along the state right now is going to It's going to move off to the east, and once it does so, it's going to take a lot of the showers and thunderstorms with it. That's when we get a wild card in here. This area of low pressure on the east coast is going to have that flow around it that's going to keep things pretty chilly and windy around here, but Tropical Storm Jaquin has developed off the Atlantic seaboard, and if that gets thrown into the mix, we wind up with a lot of rain around here, so that's something to keep an eye on. Mostly cloudy with 61 for your low tonight, as well as a high of 67 with continuing showers that begin to die out during the day tomorrow. Your temperatures continue to be on the cool trend into the 60s this weekend. Whatever happens with Jaquin is important. Then we warm up next week. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Chris. All of this rain might be an answered prayer for one hardworking man. Jackson Rowlett at Needmore Acres Farm in Scottsville, Kentucky, harvests for the Bowling Green community. An unusual farm filled with the carrying, chopping, picking, and loading of fresh vegetables to prepare for the farmer's market. Money is not the most important thing for Rowlett, and now with the many years of experience, he is developing some useful skills.
I harvest so much kale that I've gotten to where I can start to really fly down the row and take care of it really quickly. And this is really kind of a leisurely pace for me.
As a farmer, Rowlett also mentions that he wants to help improve the quality of food for both students and the community.
Join us later with a preview of our WKU volleyball squad.
And also we'll get a chance to see how the women's soccer team is kicking it WKU style.
They told me a bottle couldn't dream. That I would never become a superhero. But I learned how to fly. Just to come back in a new disguise. And be the hero that I've always wanted to be.
Maybe he's really focused.
Hey, Michael. Michael. Maybe he likes spinning the wheels.
Maybe he just loves trucks.
Maybe he's just being a boy.
Preoccupation with objects is one early sign of autism. Learn the others today. The sooner it's diagnosed, the better.
This new dad is picturing a tree house in the sky, but he's ignoring the instructions. Good luck, big guy. His kids know that he's building without a clue. Never been so good with nails and glue. Now we're trapped inside a box. I hope mom knows what to do. Mom! See, you don't have to be perfect to be the perfect parent.
Thousands of siblings in foster care will take you just as you are.
The last time WKU took on an opponent from the Midwest Athletic Conference, the Hilltoppers were the talk of the sports world. This time, the story's a little different. Miami of Ohio rolled in for Parents Weekend to take on the Tops in a matchup that featured a Miami team that took Cincy to the brink of defeat the week prior and a Western Kentucky team that imploded against IU. WKU got off to a hot start and never looked back. Brandon Dowdy would throw 3 touchdowns in the opening quarter to propel Western to a 21-0 lead. The Tops would score 4 touchdowns, including one from Dowdy to Higbee, 10 seconds before halftime to take a commanding 49-7 lead into the intermission. Dowdy would go on to throw 1 more touchdown in the second half and finish the game with 457 yards through the air and 6 touchdowns, leading WKU to a 56-14 victory over the Red Hawks. Talk on the Hill is all about Brandon Dowdy and the WKU football team. That being said, there's one group doing work on the Diddle hardwood. Travis Hudson and the Hilltopper volleyball team were blazing a trail through their opening schedule. The Lady Tops defeated FIU Sunday at home to move to 15-2 on the season and boosting their winning streak to 9 matches. The Lady Tops have impressive wins over Wisconsin, Northwestern, and Alabama. In defeating those squads, WKU only dropped 1 set in the matchups between the schools from Power 5 conferences. The WKU women's soccer team dropped their first game in conference play to Rice on Friday. Despite the pouring rain, Topper fans still managed to show their support. Rice came out strong in the first half with 14 shots and 3 goals. WKU's Hannah Chua scored 1 goal in the loss and on her 5th goal of the season in 4 straight games. The Owls have Lauren Hughes as a lethal weapon, a returning senior and last season's CUSA Offensive Player of the Year. The Lady Toppers come back on Sunday to beat La Tech 1-0. While the men have been underway for quite some time, the Lady golf team just teed off their season. The ladies took a trip down to Greenville, North Carolina to take part in a tournament with a field of 16 teams hosted by East Carolina. Senior Eleanor Hagg currently sits in 14th place with a score of 151, 7 over par through 2 rounds of play. The Lady Tops as a whole sit in 11th place with the final round concluding this afternoon. Also, we'll get one final look at the weather.
Thanks for those sport updates, Will. Coming up, we'll get Chris Reese for our final look at your forecast.
Kids will spend 15 minutes watching online videos like this one.
Brushing for 2 minutes now can save your child from severe tooth pain later. 2 minutes, twice a day. They have the time.
Don't wait. Communicate. Make your emergency plan today.
This is the moment I knew. His future had no boundaries.
There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours at discovertheforest.org.
Can you help me with this? My new dad teaches me all kinds of stuff.
Sure.
He helps me with homework.
That would be 3.6795.
Thanks.
Yep.
He helps me with my decision making.
I wouldn't use this one. Ever.
And he's even teaching me how to drive.
And that's why cars have bumpers.
I'm learning so much.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of kids in foster care will take you just as you are.
All right, so once again, I mentioned an area of low pressure this weekend could be on the eastern seaboard. In fact, just over the break, I looked at some of the latest data, and it does look like Tropical Storm Jaquin could get into the loop that we have here in place, and that is going to increase the shower chance this weekend, as well as some pretty cool temperatures. So your 7-day outlook for the next couple of days, and some change. We're going to keep the showers around for Wednesday as well as Thursday. Friday and Saturday and Sunday, we're at least going to keep some cloud cover in the mix, and those will likely turn into scattered showers and even some cooler temperatures as I continue to track the latest details with Tropical Storm, soon to be Hurricane Jaquin. By Monday and Tuesday, we have more in the way of sunshine with some warming temperatures. But once again, the big story this weekend is certainly going to be whatever happens with Tropical Storm Jaquin. We're going to keep watching that because it's likely to be a very heavy rain event, especially for the eastern seaboard. So if you have any family traveling up the eastern seaboard, definitely keep an eye with them, keep on touch with them, because we're likely going to have some more scattered showers and thunderstorms, especially widespread and heavy rain for those guys out there. Once again, showers around today, mostly cloudy for your Thursday and Friday. If you have weekend plans, definitely stay tuned with Storm Center 12 as we continue to track the latest with there. In the meantime, keep it here. All right, so we're having technical difficulties, so
well, that's all the time we have tonight. Thanks for making News Channel 12 your source for news.